Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and a weekly analysis video of the markets. Let's just jump right in and see what happened last week and what might happen this week. So let's start with the S&P 500. As you remember, 2 weeks ago I said once we took out this big red bar, and we did with 2 tries, we're going higher. Then the following week we stayed above these moving averages, the 50-day moving average on a daily chart. And I said if we go below the 50, we're going to go lower, but we stayed above it and we moved higher. We did hit new highs intraday, but we failed to close on the new highs for the day. So this is a daily chart, the weekly chart. So now we had 4 weeks of bullish move. We are sitting at all-time highs. So what's going to happen next? One would think that we will be moving higher. But if this week is a red week and this bar gets taken out, which will form a double top, we are going back down. So this is the weekly chart, and the monthly chart looks like this. So we completely just took out this red bar completely, but we still have about a week and a half or 2 weeks left. We have 2 weeks left exactly, so anything can happen. I mean, this happened in 2 weeks, so the next 2 weeks it can just reverse and produce a topping tail. So let's look at NASDAQ. The daily chart, pretty much the same way looks the same way as the S&P 500. So as you remember, I called the all-time high and right over here. So we did the all-time high. I believe it was 18,709 or so. Like here, yeah, 7 or 9. So intraday we broke it, but we did not close above it. So as long as if we close above it, then my prediction is still in play. So what might happen is so we just had like a pause here, right, on Friday. So interesting week, since we are sitting right at the highs. So I mean, I would think with the market conditions and economy, this week will be a red week, unless we break above it really strong. We will continue. Same thing on the monthly chart. So we just erased this red bar. So now it tells us that you should continue up, right? So, but anything can happen. We have 2 weeks left. But let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Looks the same way on the daily chart and the weekly chart. Same thing, sitting at the all-time highs, and the monthly, same thing. Russell 2000. It's a little bit different story because we're nowhere near all-time highs. 2460 or so is the all-time high. We're at 2100. So what might happen is actually we might just chop around here. What might happen is NASDAQ and S&P 500 will just be in a range here and just buy time, I guess, and be a rollover into the small cap stocks, and the Russell 2000 will just take off and break through this resistance and push probably to 2300, but nobody really knows. But this is what exactly it suggests, because we had this move right off of the 50-day moving average. So on a weekly chart, same thing. So first we have to break above this recent high, and this is resistance. And we did this action here. So, but 2300 would probably be my target if we're going higher. So let's go to crude oil. So as you remember, I said last week that if we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I said if this red bar gets taken out, we're going higher. But we just pretty much just stayed in a range. We failed to go lower. I mean, we just had moved to the downside, came right back up, and we're sitting right at the 200-day moving average. And the 20 is starting to flatten out. So I think what's going to happen is we're going higher on a daily chart for oil. And same thing the weekly chart is telling me. And let's take a look at the monthly chart. So 2 weeks left. So once this bar turns green, it will be a bottoming tail will be formed. And if this topping tail the body of it gets taken out, we're going higher. So, but we still have 2 weeks left. Let's take a look at gold. So, as you can see, we're approaching the all-time highs. I called for higher prices last week on gold and silver. So, we're seeing at all-time highs. So anything can happen. We either break out or break down. And if this bar gets taken out, we're going back down to the 20 and the 50. That's on the daily chart. Weekly, same thing. This is the second week of higher prices. So this suggests move to the upside, continuation. And the monthly chart looks like this. So we have 2 weeks left in this month. So everybody's calling for gold of 3,000 or so. Of course, it's not going to happen this month, but I guess 3,000 is maybe a year-end target or so. So we have, let's just call it 6 months of time to, I guess, hit that target by a lot of banks and investors and institutions. But I would think we are moving higher on a monthly as well. Silver, I mean, it was a big day on Friday for silver. It was up like 6%. Then it pulled back, closed, with 4.5%. We broke the magic of $30 that was resisting. I mean, there was huge resistance at $30. So we broke above it. So what might happen is we might pull back and retest this tail here, this high of $30 call it 40 cents, and then continue on higher. So this is the daily chart, the weekly. So the weekly suggests higher prices, of course. So pull back, just retest these highs right here, and just move back up again. And the monthly suggests the same thing, moving higher. Let's go on to Bitcoin. So it's telling me we're going higher. So we moved down. We had this triple top or head and shoulders. Not a very strong head and shoulders, but so we moved down. We pretty much just retraced roughly 50% or so from this move. And now we failed with this red bar. We failed to go any lower and produce new lows and hit the 200-day moving average. And with this nice green bar breaking above the 50, it suggests we're going higher. On a weekly chart, same thing. But there might be a little trouble here at the recent highs. So it depends how powerful the bulls are in Bitcoin and push the prices up. So because this bar is took out this green bar, so now if we take out this red bar completely, we're moving a lot higher. So that's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the dollar. So the precious metals went higher. The dollar goes in the opposite direction. And as you remember, if you watched the previous videos, I said that the prices stayed below the 20-day moving average. And so we're going lower to the 200. That's exactly what happened. So we're now sitting at the 200 on a daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly here. So we're sitting right at the moving averages or so, and this bar, so usually, like I said, this bar serves as, at the bottom of it, serves as support with the moving averages. So this is this bounce back, small bounce back, was expected. And on the monthly chart, we almost, we still have 2 weeks, but once we take out this bar completely, we're going to go lower. I expected the prices to go higher, but of course the recent highs here, it's resisting the move higher. So the monthly suggests move lower. And let's go with, last but not least, the bond market. So as you remember, let's draw these lines again, like we did previous weeks of this channel, right? So now I said last week that we're going back up to the top of the upper channel. So, but now we need to, of course, the moving averages are declining. So now we need a strong move to break above it and continue higher. Let's take a look at the weekly chart here. So I would like to see this bar completely just I wish it closed above this this bar here, this tail, but we had a pullback, of course. So now like I said, we're forming a reversed head and shoulders. Here's one shoulder, here's the head, and the second shoulder. So now we just need a nice big bar, nice strong move to the upside, break above the moving averages, and close above it. So this is the weekly chart. And on the monthly, as you remember, last week I said, so we're slowly eating away this red bar. So now once we close above it, we need to close above it. That would be a perfect scenario. That would almost guarantee us higher prices. There's no guarantees, only probabilities, but the probabilities are very high that we're going to the 200-day moving average. So we'll see what happens in the next 2 weeks. We'll be watching this monthly chart. And once this bar gets taken out, I'm all in on bonds. So, but that's pretty much it for this week. Don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with anyone and everyone you think might like and benefit from the content on my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification icon. I think a lot of you don't have that ticked off, so hit the bell notification icon because you will not see notifications if I go live or when my videos are up. So that's it for this week. Take care, and we'll see you next week.